What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Heywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich and Fun for Five. That's right. It's Fun for Five, but we're changing it up yet again. Why? Well, I noticed. I got that thing over there. See that thing? Yeah, see that thing over there? I forgot I keep forgetting I have one of those. So, it's got games on it. A lot of games. So I figured, you know what? Let's slot some of this Legends Ultimate Arcade Cabinet in our Fun for Five action. Why not, right? So, what's the game today? Well, as you can see, the game on the screen is Rambo III from Taito. So, I guess you guys can probably see too. There's a little bit of theme here, right? So we played some Rocky on Monday. We're Fun for Five. Today's Wednesday. We're doing Rambo 3. And then tomorrow is our long play, which is finally going to come. We're going to do some Rambo 2 First Blood Master System. We're going to try to get through the entire game with Old Man Mode activated. All right. So, but for today, we're going to play some Rambo 3. Now, being as it is still difficult to get footage off of the cabinet, I'm not going to go walk over there and play. I already did the play session, actually on a live stream on my personal channel. That's Retro Rich Heywood. So if you want to check out some gameplay footage, and sometimes I play a little longer, you want to check that stuff out, head on over there. The description, I'll put it down below. So you can check that out. And, you can watch it. And, hey, if you're bored and you want to hit subscribe on that channel, you want to catch me as I'm playing, I usually have my phone on me, and then I'll chat with you. So, Retro Rich Heywood channel, check it out. That's where all this footage is going to come from. And then I'll do that until I figure out a way to easily get the footage off of the cabinet and direct capture, so that way we can do some, a live Fun for Five action like we normally do. But for now, let's dip in to the game itself. And how are we going to do that? Well, like I said, it's going to overlay, and you're going to see me in the box, with the stuff going on in the background, and the footage rolling, right away. So let's get to it. All right, so here we go. We got me doing the thing. We're about ready to kick it off. Putting some credits in. So this game is the arcade version, of course, of Rambo 3, where, I don't know exactly what it is like. It's kind of like a vertical shooter that is set in third person. Constantly scrolling. You're running. I think originally this was a light gun game. So you would walk up to the cabinet and grab like a light gun or something, or like a machine gun, and just start going to town. This version that I'm playing is using the trackball controller, so you get some pretty precise controls over the reticle. Very much like Missile Command, actually. And of course, you've got all sorts of different weapons. You've got your machine gun, you've got your bow and arrow that's got the missiles on it, because it's Rambo, because why not? You can pick up all sorts of different power-ups. The F power-up, which is on the screen, gives you fast fire, kind of like an auto fire. Then you can get some more missile power-ups. You can get a more advanced fast-firing machine gun that basically fires like bullets that are twice the size. They're also twice as powerful as they hit the enemy. So that's kind of cool. As you can see, as you're scrolling through, actually, you know what? This is kind of like a lot like Space Harrier, if I'm really thinking about it. Only instead of like the ability to go up and down, you can only move left and right, and maybe forward and back just a little bit. But anyway, So you can get all these different weapons, and you're just running and gunning. The action is frenetic. It's all over the place. And you run until you get to an area where now all of a sudden enemies are going to come from, instead of right for you, they're going to be coming from the left, the right, top, all sorts of different places, but the scrolling stops because now you got to focus on a whole bunch of enemies, kind of like in a boss rush kind of thing that you see here. This is very reminiscent to me of Terminator 2, the arcade game, where you've got like that scrolling action that stops, and then all of a sudden now you've got to fight, waves of the T-800s, or like waves of the Skynet patrol copter and like that kind of thing. And you just kind of just keep going and mowing your way down. The cool thing, of course, about playing a arcade game on a AtGames Legends Ultimate Cabinet is, of course, unlimited quarters. Now, does that mean unlimited continues to the point where you can finish the game? Well, I did play a little bit longer than we're going to see here in this Fun for 5, and I can report, kind of sadly, that no, actually, according to the standard dip switches of the game, you actually only have a specific amount of continues. So you can't use unlimited quarters to get yourself all the way through the game. So it's kind of a rough scenario. You gotta still be pretty good and not die a lot in order to get through the game. So there is that. Other things to know about? Well, of course, this is the first boss that we're seeing. It's a giant tank. This is kind of like a theme. You're going to see that a lot more in all of the subsequent levels. Most of the main enemies, after you get through the wave of enemies, you're going to see a giant tank, and that's pretty much the enemy. A couple levels later, you'd see things like bigger helicopters. Those become main bosses that you have to fight down. But mainly, the big enemy you're going to see is this giant, mecha tank with all the crazy stuff on it. This scrolling stage right here that we're looking at is the second stage. This definitely reminds me, it gives me huge Contra vibes, because in the second stage, or the mini stage of Contra itself, we enter in the alien base. You've got that kind of same scrolling effect, only you're not stopping every room to clear the room from people. You're just continuing to run and just mow down all these enemies, because of course you're John Rambo and you've got like every weapon known to man at your disposal, even though you do not have a shirt. There's nowhere to put any of this ammo you're carrying. You just magically have it somewhere. So it's pretty neat. I can definitely say that as far as the audio goes in this game, I'm definitely digging the audio. I like that, the kind of like clangy FM soundtrack kind of thing. The all the rest of the sound effects are kind of appropriate. You got your machine gun sound. It does get a little bit grating as you go on, because of course just to be jamming on that fire button until all the enemies go away, right? The action is so fast. There's never going to be a time where you're not going to hear some kind of fire button going on. So it does get a little bit grating, but it's still a pretty good time. So anyway, we're just about getting to the close of this second stage. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go through the end of the second stage, and then we're going to call that a wrap on the Fun for 5 portion. I'll give you some final thoughts and that kind of stuff. But for right now, let's check out, see how I do in the rest of this level. Do I get it? Do I get through and not die again? Or do I get mowed down by the big tank? Let's see. I think actually, at this point I'm doing pretty good. I just wish that in the first couple levels I didn't die as much, because then I would have had that extra continue at the end. I probably would have been able to finish the game. But I got, I think, to what is the very end, and then I ran out of continuous and wouldn't let me play anymore right towards the end. So, spoiler alert on stuff you wouldn't see, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah, going through this thing, just like wailing away at this giant tank. So let's see. Yeah, I take it down, and I don't lose another life. It's pretty awesome. So there we go. It gives you extra stuff at the end of the level. We're good to go, and then we get the enemies cleared, and you're ready to rock on to the next level. And you get, at the end of every stage, of course, you get extra power, and it may be based on score, and then you get some extra bonus points, which is pretty cool. So, all right, that's it. Let's go to the wrap up. All right, hey, we're back on the big screen. So that was Rambo 3 on the arcade via the Legends Ultimate Arcade. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's pretty cool, something a little different. And hey, if you guys are, looking at this and you go, oh man, doing more Legend Arcade stuff, definitely do that. And on top of it, do some more long plays of the stuff on the Legends Arcade Cabinet. Hit me up in the comments and tell me, yes, please, Rich, do this. Do the thing where you play more. And if you want the long plays to show up here on the main channel, again, hit us up in the comments and go, hey, give us some long plays from the Legends Arcade Cabinet. And what I'll do is I'll kind of doll up the footage that comes out of the raw that comes out of the personal channel. I'll just move it over here to the main channel, make it all pretty, maybe have a beginning and an end, kind of like I did with the Dracula, the Undead extended play, the very first one that I ever did for the Evercade, which more coming soon, by the way. And then we'll work like that. So, but again, I do this stuff for you guys, so it's just fun for me to get to play. And if you guys are liking it, let me know, and then we'll make it happen. So that brings us to the Friend Zone. There they are. Check them all out. Hey, speaking of AtGames Legends stuff, if you're looking for some cool stuff that has to do with the Legends series, and you like pinball, that guy in there with the funny face, yeah, that's Crow from the Crow Continuum. He does all sorts of crazy stuff with pinball, loves pinball, and I do believe has himself a AtGames Legends Ultimate Pinball table, in which he's been doing some pretty solid videos on, talking about Zaccaria and all the other different tables that have been showing up on the add-ons on the Legends Ultimate cabinet that I have. It also shows up on the pinball as well. So check him out. He does awesome content, doing super great work over there. So check him out. Just, give him some love, give him a like, and tell him Rich from Bacon Ice Cream Production Center. So anyway, you want some more stuff? Talking about maybe some Evercade? Well, boom, there they are. Here's the new, the same group I've been showing for the past couple weeks. But anyway, these guys here are awesome. They're from across the pond over in England and Ireland and all sorts of other different places in Europe. They're awesome. Check them out. Evercade fans group on Facebook. They do a show once a month called Evercade Live Session. It's run by James from It's Much More. Check out his channel. He's got some awesome content. Loves himself some Dreamcast as well as Evercade. So go in and check that out. And of course, he is the host of the live session, so you got to go there to catch that show at the end of every month. Is when they do that. They got some cool guests lined up, and they've already had some cool guests that they had last month. They had Ryan from Blaze Entertainment himself talking about some awesome stuff and dropping some cool knowledge that was not available anywhere else. So if you want some cool stuff, make sure you check them out. Give them some love, give them some likes, give them some subs. And that brings us to us here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions. We thank you so much for hanging out with us and checking out these cool arcade games over there. And you want some more of that? Again, tell me, hit us up. And on the way out, please, if you could, hit that red subscribe button. It helps us. It helps us grow the channel. It helps us do good things for great causes, which of course is the mission of Bacon Ice Cream Productions. We want to keep bringing and shedding the light on all those great causes. And don't you worry, there's some cool stuff coming. And by the end of this hot, hot summer, we're going to be dropping some sweet, sweet things. Don't you worry about that for those great causes. And I cannot wait to share them with you. But until then, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Take it easy, guys.
TeamRTFC.BaconIceCream.com